Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Sunday interview. Today we got the man, the myth, the legend, guest hosting, Rafael Lozada. Rafael, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. I'm excited about our guests this week. Take it away, Joseph.
Jeez Louise, you just short for words. All right, ladies and gentlemen, today's guest is somebody I've been wanting to talk to for a very long time. He's coming up in the world, and I'm glad I get him on the show today because one day we're not going to be able to get him on the show because he's going to be too rich and too famous. Ladies and gentlemen, he's the host of his very own sitcom, writer, comedian, actor. Ladies and gentlemen, Ryan Conway. Ryan, how you doing today?
I am amazing. How are you? I'm great. Did you just see me like throw up the M&M and catch it in my mouth? One try. I was so shocked that I got that.
I missed that.
Oh man, play it back. Play it back. That's like my career highlight.
Are you wearing your mask indoors?
Yeah. So right now I'm in a public place and I'm in one room. So if somebody comes into the public place, I have to be like, oh, obviously not this way because this is inside out. But you know, I got to.
Wait, you're in a public place. What bus station are you at?
No, I'm at my university. I have class at 6:30. So, you know, I just want to hop onto this podcast before and yeah, just shoot the shit before.
Oh man. And you in college, who gives a damn if you're late?
It's grad school now though. So you need to be at least a little bit responsible, you know.
What's your major?
My major is film and television. So,
nice.
Yeah, just into writing, creating all that stuff, acting.
Let me ask you this. Best case scenario, your dreams come true. What would you rather be known for? Writing, directing, acting, dancing?
That's a loaded question. I must say I do have great dance skills, especially when I'm like 5 JMO shots deep. Probably. I mean, I would ideally like to like create my own stuff, so I guess I would have to say writing. But I really like everything involved in that process. The only thing I'm kind of iffy on is directing because there's a lot of responsibilities and I hate responsibilities.
I agree with you, but writing also gets the least amount of credit.
Exactly. Yeah. It's not really about cred to me. It's about just like, you know, if I have an idea, I just want to see it done and done well. And, you know, if I have a couple bucks thrown my way too, works out.
What kind of genre do you like, lean to? Action, comedy, drama?
Definitely comedy. You know, just as long as I could remember, I just love to laugh, love to make people laugh, turn a bad situation into like a light, fun situation. So definitely comedy. Everything I'm at, it's just all about comedy. This is just a little story about me. So my brother and I, we got into a car accident when we were in high school. This was like 8 years ago or something like that. Huge accident, right? On my in my parents' car. Car was totaled, a mess. My brother and I, we get out of the car. My brother's freaking out because he was driving. He's crying, everything like that. I go back into the car because we're waiting for an hour. We're far away from home. We're waiting an hour and a half for somebody to come pick us up or something. I go back in the car. I just turn on the radio. And I'm sitting in a legit totaled car, just singing, having a good time, you know? So that's just sort of like my personality, just like make light of anything, I guess. I guess I like to have fun or something like that.
Is it true you were singing Paparazzi by Lady Gaga?
That is not far off, actually. I was singing Just Dance by Lady Gaga.
Oh, wow.
I know. Yeah.
My psychic powers work on
I know. It's amazing, you know. Love Gaga. Gotta love Gaga.
Let me ask you this: if there were
no, you're not gonna ask him this. Let me throw a question in or two. This is my show. This is the Sunday interview. If you want to ask questions, you go to the top 10 and ask questions like, why did you put him on the list? Let me ask a question.
Boring.
Is this going to turn into a couples therapy session right now?
No, this is going to turn into a very interesting, intriguing question that everybody wants to know. You ready for this?
You
probably never heard this before.
Okay, I'm ready.
Where are you from?
Man, I have never been asked that before, ever. I am from Connecticut, Newtown, Connecticut. Born and raised. Well, not born. I was born in New York, but I spent basically my entire life in Connecticut. So raised since 6 months old.
See, Raphael, that's how you do it. Now, continue. Go ahead, Raphael.
I can feel subscribers unsubscribing as we speak. If somebody were to play you in a movie, who would you like?
Well, Ryan Gosling. No. Yeah, I think, just Ryan Gosling for his chiseled jawline. We're both named Ryan, so I think it'd be perfect casting, just because of the name. Or, Dave Chappelle. Either
Are you
or.
ready for the tough question? Unless Joseph has a more interesting question.
I'm very interested in your questions.
So my question
your psychic skill, your psychic skills is on point. What is your favorite color?
My favorite color is blue.
There you go. Boo. I knew that. That's why I wore this blue short. Continue, Raphael.
Wow. I'm honored. Is your favorite color red by any chance?
No.
He's talking to you, Raphael.
No, I'm talking to you, Joseph.
But why? No, I said blue.
Blue. Your favorite color is blue. I thought you said my favorite.
Yeah, that's why I wore this blue shirt.
Oh, okay.
I thought you said blue shorts.
I knew that.
I thought you said blue thong. My bad.
So here's the next important question.
Am I wearing a thong? Maybe.
Maybe. Who would you say is the funniest woman of all time? Go.
Funniest woman
take your time.
All time.
Oh man, you got to go to class soon, right?
6:30. I'm good. I have like 15 minutes.
I mean, it's going to take you that long to think of a funny woman.
Tina Fey. I like 30 Rock a lot. I love that show. Amy Poehler.
But those are like knee-jerk reaction answers.
Yeah. If you really want me to go like nitty-gritty into it, probably Mary Tyler Moore.
Okay. All right. That's fair. I still think Roseanne is the funniest comedian.
Oh, Roseanne. Love Roseanne.
Well, first off, time out. Growing up, we're a little bit older than you are, Ryan. We always saw Mary Tyler Moore like as an old lady.
Mm-hmm.
Never watched the sitcom a day in my life. So my wife starts watching it as a regular show. And I did not realize how hot this woman was. I was like, good God, Lord. She was fine back in the day. Now, I instantly was like in love with this woman. I was like, God, I wish, my wife's sitting right here. I'm sitting there like drooling over a woman who's been dead for 6 years. I'm sitting there like, golly, I cannot believe people. And then, back in the day, TV was a little different. So you get to pick up on some things that you didn't pick up on back in the black and white days or back in the, the little tube days. You got HD, 4K. And so you're picking up you're picking up stuff that you probably couldn't pick up back in the day, like how tight her shirt was, and she wasn't wearing a bra, and the set was cold and stuff like that. And I'm like, damn.
That's not the way 4K works. It wasn't recorded in 4K.
Exactly, but you can still see stuff that I'm saying, Kim, I know for a fact they didn't know that was going to show.
They didn't have it in mind back in the 60s.
Yeah, they didn't know that like in 2020, in 2021, you're going to see her nipples.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, probably they did. You know what? Now I think about it, they probably did.
Maybe
that's why the show was a hit.
And they were thinking ahead. And they were like, hey, my grandkids are going to love this.
Yeah. Yes. So I got a question. So this sitcom, tell us a little about it.
Yeah, so the sitcom is called On Air. So I'm currently a graduate student, right? I'm 24 years old, just turned 24. When I was a senior, so back in 2019, late 2019, we have to do a senior project for undergrad. And I decided, let me make my own sitcom because I love sitcoms and just making people laugh. So I did that, made a sitcom that just enlisted help from all my friends, and we had no crew, no budget, no money. It was basically like literally a poor man's production. And yeah, we just had fun. We made something. Came out well, in my opinion, and we sent it off to a bunch of like festivals, just throwing it at the walls, seeing what sticks. And then we had a lot of success. I think it was a finalist in like 5 festivals or something like that. And yeah, so we got a lot of praise, and now we're going back to sort of reboot the pilot, if you will, to just like, make it better with a budget now, with real actors now, with just more attention, more traction, and yeah, so now we're just sort of redoing it, refilming the pilot, and hoping to pitch it to networks and get it on the air.
What's the premise of the series?
So if I was the cast and crew of like a fictional variety show and their lives behind the scenes, so like if you've heard of the sitcom like Brooklyn Nine-Nine and Community, then it's pretty much those two mixed together. So like a lot of references, a lot of spoofs, stuff like that. So we literally have an Ocean 11 spoof episode with paintball, and yeah, it's just really, really wacky and out there.
Nice. Joseph?
Oh my God. It's just everybody's watching. I'm not going to cut this part out. Everybody's watching. I'm going to explain what happened. Usually before an interview, especially if we have a guest host, like if Raphael comes on or Stingray.
Oh, so is he not usually the guest host?
No. So usually, and so we'll go over a list of questions, and we'll go over like what kind of questions is going to be asked and how many number of questions. I messed up. I was asleep in my chair, and when I woke up, I had a finger in my nose because my daughter was trying to play with me, and I was all pissed off and everything. And I was like, "What the?" And I looked at the clock and I saw it was like 5:19. We had an interview for 5:30. So I rushed up here. I called Raphael. I was like, "Raphael, get on. Let's go. Let's do this." So we didn't work no questions out. And so if you notice, Raphael and me are interacting with each other like we're just jumping into questions.
Right.
Didn't mean to. That's how it is right now.
Don't worry about it.
I have a comedy question for you. You ready?
Okay. Yeah. I guess so.
Top 5 comedians, dead or alive. Go.
Dead or alive. In order, I'm not sure, but Don Rickles has to be up there.
Nice.
God. Don Rickles. Oh man, you put me on the spot right now. Dave Chappelle, obviously, he's one by far. Number 2. Geez. Oh man. Holy. This is hard. I used to love Seinfeld, obviously. Larry David, although I'm not sure if he does stand up. I love his show though. Yeah, so Chappelle, Jerry Seinfeld, Larry David, Don Rickles, and I don't know, man. I can't think of that 5th one.
Really?
Raphael, top 5.
What
top
about
5,
yours?
Go.
Top 5.
Go Raphael.
Roseanne up there?
Roseanne would be one. I noticed there were no black women in your collection, but whatever. Yeah, Roseanne would be there. Sarah Silverman, I think, is probably the best female comedian of.
Oh, I like Sarah Silverman. Yeah.
I don't think she's better.
Whoa! You mean no? First of all, Sarah Silverman is hot. I ain't gonna lie to you. She was hot back in the day, but she's too much of an atheist, communist, socialist.
I don't think she's either one of those 3. By the way.
Yeah, she is. She is an atheist. Huh?
You said atheist, communist, and what else? You mentioned a 3rd thing.
Socialist, liberal.
You just said she was communist.
Well, saying liberal, communist in 2021 is the difference.
I'd say so. But anyway, Richard Pryor.
You had to think about it.
Richard
So
Pryor.
that's 3. Give me two more.
Louis C.K., by the way. So he likes in front of people. Who doesn't is what I say.
That was funny. That was funny.
Punch.
I saw the humor in it. So who's your fifth?
Who doesn't?
Greg Giraldo, most underrated comedian ever. He's already.
You know who's underrated? You know who's underrated? Rated. Pablo Francisco.
Never heard of him.
Nobody gets. He's only one of the funniest comedians ever, and
Is he your
he's
neighbor?
very underrated. He's more. No, he's not underrated. He's not
He's the guy who fixes your car.
Look up Pablo Francisco on YouTube. Put Comedy Central special, and you'll laugh your ass off.
Eddie Murphy was a phenomenal
That's
comedian
what I
back
was
when
about
he
to
did
get to. I was about to get to. Neither one of y'all said Eddie Murphy. That should be number one on everybody's list. Eddie Murphy.
He would probably be in the top 5, probably 3 or something.
Really?
Definitely. Well, you know, they had recently they had the top 10, 50 comedian, top 100 comedians or something, and he was like number 10. And the reason why, because once he quit stand up,
Really?
once he quit stand up, he quit stand up. He went straight to acting. Like
Yeah.
he became an actor.
He
Like-
didn't go back. Yeah. Like
Yeah,
Seinfeld, he kept doing stand up.
Right.
Chappelle, he's still doing stand up. He just left.
Right. He was like, I'm done. I'm making movies. It's like he's like the Rock of movies. Like, you know, the Rock when he went into movies, he was like, I'm done with wrestling.
Yeah, he never went
Eddie
back
Murphy,
until
yeah.
like, you know,
Yeah.
2012.
Just like
or
Eddie
something.
Murphy. Eddie Murphy's in his 50s, just hosted Saturday Night Live, was the highest rated show ever because everybody was like, oh my God, Eddie Murphy is back.
That was
Now people want to
hilarious.
see Eddie Murphy. And now people want to see Eddie Murphy do stand-up again. Because
Exactly.
but here's the kicker. You cannot watch the lyrics, and I hope nobody who is one of those people that cancel culture people, because you cannot watch the lyrics now in 2021. I'm surprised that you can catch it on social media or Netflix or anything, because people will get pissed. I mean, even though it's one of the funniest stand-up specials of all time, people would be pissed.
Is that the one where he wore like the red jumpsuit?
Yes.
I think that
Yeah,
one's
talk
on
about-
Netflix.
Yeah, the one that talk about Mr. T. Yeah.
Allegedly.
Love that. Love that
Allegedly.
special.
What's the funniest movie ever made?
Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Really?
I don't get it. Well,
It's just so like out there that I love it.
You're saying that funnier than
Or
Dumb
Naked
and
Gun.
Dumber?
Naked Gun. Yeah. Airplane, Naked Gun. Yeah.
Love
they're up
Airplane
there.
too. Young Frankenstein.
Well, see, I don't understand Monty Python. My wife tried to get me to watch it. She thinks it's the funniest movie ever. And I was, you know, I heard it was funny.
Mhm.
So all of a sudden I'm sitting there watching these guys gallop with no horses, just chopping their
The coconuts.
like yeah. And I'm sitting there and I'm seeing my wife and her son sitting there laughing like it's the funniest thing in the world. And I was like, okay, you had your shot. Now, maybe if I saw it when I was 6, I would have thought that's funny. But, you know, Spaceballs. one of the funniest
Spaceballs is
movies
great.
of all
Love
time.
Spaceballs. No, yeah, you know, comedy is probably the most like subjective genre because there's so many different types of comedy. So I mean, like, you know, everyone has like their differences. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like Monty Python is like really out there, weird humor, whereas like, you know, something like I don't know, Crazy Stupid Love is like classic setup punchline, stuff like that. So I mean, like, you know, it's all different tastes, different strokes for different folks.
What are you planning for the future?
The future, I'm working on a couple things. I must say, for not meeting, you are coming with a lot of great questions. Future, obviously, I'm trying to get this show off the ground. That's like my priority number one. I'm working on like a feature film script right now, so hopefully we can make that. So yeah, I have a couple obviously on air, what I've been talking about, other TV projects and like other movie projects. I'm like trying to get off the ground.
Nice.
So everything's in like pre-production right now. So I mean, like, you know, we'll see what happens. Finger crossed.
Raphael, why don't you tell Ryan about your acting career?
I did a lot of straight to the dollar bin in the Philippines movies.
Did you actually?
Yeah. Where like I killed a
Yes.
leprechaun ninja,
Really?
that sort of thing. How do you
Yes.
feel about comedy and movies being destroyed by Governor Cuomo? Ooh, that's a hot seat question, huh?
Yeah.
Wait till I ask you about presidential stuff.
How?
How has he ruined everything? Well, comedy's been pretty much dead. I think it's a bad idea for comedians to be doing Zoom comedy shows. I think it's
Oh,
just
are
bad.
they doing that?
No, I know some comedians that are. I don't think it's a good idea.
Wow. Yeah, no.
think-
Personally, like, I mean, that's like the first I've ever heard of that. But like personally for me, like, you know, comedy relies so much on feeding off especially stand-up comedy. You know, you need to feed off the energy of the audience. You know, you need to get the audience laughing to like make you better. You know, it just gives you something to play off of. And you know, with Zoom comedy, which I mean, I've never seen a stand-up comedy Zoom set, but based on my thinking, it would probably be like very, very awkward, very you know, it's like class, you know. So like when you're in school, you're talking to people on Zoom, the teacher's doing their thing, and then they're like, can anyone tell me what the name of this is? There's always that small little bit of silence, as opposed to a classroom when somebody right away would be like, yeah, you know, X equals 54. But like, you know, same thing with comedy. You know, you say a joke and then people muted, and then they unmute to like laugh for 5 seconds, I'm assuming, and then they mute again.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I would assume that's a little weird and awkward, but you know, at the same time, I guess I kind of understand people. You know, they're trying to change with like the landscape, but I mean, you know, people can do what they want.
But the question still remains: Does X really equal 54?
X actually equals 62 now that I'm doing the math in my head. So I'm sorry about that.
Speaking of 62, Raphael, tell us about the 69 you did this weekend.
Surely I don't know what you're talking about. He's been drinking. It's that Alabama moonshine. And he lost a bunch of money betting on Kansas City Chiefs, I'm sure. Are you a sports fan, Ryan?
Love sports. Huge sports fan. Yeah, I mentioned this before. New York sports fan. So like, you know, I have suicidal tendencies.
That happens.
But yeah.
So you're a Jets fan. Oh, so basically you're a Jets fan.
I'm a Giants fan, which you know.
Still. Oh no, he didn't. Raphael.
I feel I ruffled feathers. What happened?
No, the Jets are all right. The Giants are good.
Are you a Jet fan?
I'm a Jets fan. Yeah, I've been a Jets fan since I was a kid, so they break my heart every year.
My dad and brother are Jet fans, so like I watch all the games with them, and like, you know, I root for them because they're New York, and my family has season tickets, so like I'm around the Jets a lot.
Oh, sweet, good seats.
Yeah, so it's right behind.
Right above the birds.
What?
Right above the birds.
No, it's right behind the field goal post.
The nosebleeds.
No, we do sometimes get seats down there, and so we have my dad and my uncle have had those seats for like 30 years, something like that.
Nice.
And they only have 4, and they split it 2-2. And then sometimes if we want more people to come, so you know, we would tell them to buy nosebleed seats, and because it's a Jets game, you know, not every seat is.
Yeah,
filled.
you can just move up.
Exactly. People just go all the way down to the front.
Right.
You know, very, very, my best experience in a game is it was a Mets game. I'll never forget this.
You went to a Mets game on purpose?
My brother and dad are Mets fans. I'm a Yankee fan. Again, man, I'm living in a house full of other fans.
Time out. I'm not much of a baseball fan. Do the Mets still play?
I don't know if what they do constitutes as playing baseball, but they still are in that business, I guess I would say.
Raphael, you didn't tell me that.
It's true.
You didn't tell me you was in the Matrix 4. But hey,
I was going to keep it as a secret.
He's also in Coming to America 2.
And 3, by the way.
And 3. They already have a sequel. They didn't even confirm it yet.
I can't even talk about that. I signed a deal. I can't talk about it. Sorry.
Shit. So I won't ask you any more questions. No, but the best experience was we went to a Mets game and we were literally in nosebleed seats. And it was raining. It was very crappy outside. And nobody was in the front row. And somebody from security, they asked us, hey, where are you guys sitting? We're all the way up there. Nobody's behind the play. And we wanted to make it look like people are here. So do you just want to come all the way like right behind the dugout? And we're like, yeah, sure. We spent the entire game behind the opponent's dugout. So we saw like Pedro Alvarez back when he was playing. Yeah, it was just awesome. But yeah, those were like the best seats I've personally gotten in a sporting event.
You ready for the current event questions, Ryan?
Yeah, sure.
Hey, Raphael, before you do the current event portion, this interview won't be aired for like months. So why do it?
Because it's still going to be a current event.
Oh, wait. So you, when is this airing? Like July or?
No, yeah. Hell no. We're talking about maybe the end of March.
Oh,
April,
okay.
Beginning of April.
I didn't know you guys were so
we got interviews lined up. See how I do things. I'm breaking the third wall here. I may edit. I don't know. But what I do is I'll do a bunch of interviews. So like, say July, maybe I can take a break and I don't have to do no more interviews. And I can just, cool. I have some in, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But like the top 10, we used to do the top 10 like once a week. Now we do the top 10 maybe once every 7 months because somebody chooses females and drugs and partying over their responsibilities to the channel. I'm not saying no names. I'm not going to point no fingers.
Right.
I'm not going to say he's in the Matrix 4.
It's that Stingray, I think. Ryan, are you ready for a real question?
Yes, but I must ask, why do you call him Stingray?
Oh, that's his nickname.
Yeah, but how is that his nickname?
Wait, you don't know who Stingray is?
I don't, but I want to know the origin of the nickname.
Okay, so Stingray, back in the day, he did these Mississippi State football videos.
Okay.
So he would go, Hell State, and he'll start getting. So he got caught up. So people started noticing him. He became an internet sensation, and he was on Tosh.0. He was a regular of the SEC network with Paul Feinberg. So he was pretty much and how he came on was a long story. I'll try to make it quick. Please. I had this comedian coming on. Shut up, Raphael. I had this comedian coming on, and he had to cancel. So I looked Stingray up on Facebook and say, do you want to do the interview? Blah, blah, blah. This is back when we only had like 6 subscribers.
Last week. So, Ryan, how are you doing a year into 2 weeks to Slow the Curve?
Yeah. Still waiting on that 2 weeks, we didn't say when the 2 weeks would be. Could be June 2021, But I mean, just.
Have you gotten sick?
I have not gotten sick, thankfully. I don't know where wood is. I know people who think this is plastic, but well, it works. People I know have, and like they had like rough bouts with it. I like personally, nobody like I'm close to has like had a fatal case. But a lot of my friends have had like family members with fatal cases. But yeah, no, I haven't gotten anything. Luckily, I'm in the position where I can do most of my stuff from my house, and my parents and my brother, they, well, more so my mom and my brother, they work out of the house. They work at a gym, and they'll come back every single night, but like they're masked and everything. So I mean, like, I don't really have contact with other people as much as, everyone else who does get COVID, if you know what I mean.
I know what you mean. Let me ask you this. How do you feel about Dr. Fauci's new recommendation that you wear 2 masks and a condom at all times?
I would say, why not 2 masks, a condom, but on the face. No.
Wait, well, time out, Raphael. Raphael, you don't even wear condoms.
I still haven't figured out what they really are.
They're for your finger to protect them from germs.
I thought it was about buying an apartment.
Last question.
I must say, I love the background.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Raphael made it himself. Last question.
Nice.
Tell us a little more about the sitcom and tell us the future of Ryan Conway.
The future of Ryan Conway, I hope, involves On Air, which is a sitcom. It's something I'm really passionate about. Obviously I love movies and stuff like that, and this sitcom is basically just an excuse to pay homage to everything I love. For instance, it's a really weird sitcom. So if you've seen the 1980s movie Clue, we have an entire episode that's like literally a spoof of Clue. We have an entire episode that's a spoof of Beverly Hills Cop. These are all written out. Just a bunch of stuff like that we really want to make. It's really funny. We're gonna have a Indiegogo campaign, I want to say.
Right.
I'm not sure exactly when that's gonna launch, but we're gonna try to have an Indiegogo page to like fund the pilot and possibly more episodes. Ideally, we want to like pitch it to network or something and get it on television. And I've always been in the mindset that if I can just have a TV show or something like that runs like a solid 8 season and then does really good in syndication, that can get syndication money, then I would consider like whatever I do success. So I mean, like, yeah, I guess that's the future. Just hoping for the best. Just keep doing what I'm doing and hoping that people see the value in it that I do.
So real fast, tell everybody where they can find you. Tell everybody where they can find the new sitcom, and tell everybody your address and social security number.
And your mother's maiden name.
Well, you can find me on Instagram at Ryan Conway 16. I usually do Ryan Conway 15 for all my other social media accounts, but Ryan Conway 15 was taken on Instagram, and I'm still not over that. So Ryan 16 on Instagram. As far as the actual show, you can find the show on Instagram at onair_TV show. We're going to have an Indiegogo and that stuff all set up. So, I mean, like, if this sounds interesting to you, if you want to see more, then, you can donate, give me money. But yeah, you can just throw it in there. And yeah, so onair_TV show, Ryan Conway 16, both on Instagram. And yeah, I think that's all the social media stuff I have to plug.
Why don't you give us your Patreon or your Cash App so Joseph could dump a boatload of money into it?
It's funny about Cash App. I don't really use Cash App. I tried my hand at just to see what would happen after like that entire stock market fiasco. Like 2 weeks ago, I tried my hand and I just like bought AMC stocks on Cash App. So far, I'm not looking too promising, but
Ryan, that was a horrible idea.
That was a horrible idea. I'm realizing it. It's terrible. I'm hoping that once theaters open up, that maybe it'll like raise a little bit and I can get my money back. But like, yeah, no, not what's a good idea in retrospect.
Raphael and I got into that GameStop money. That's why Raphael's got the biggest condo in Harlem.
Yeah, I got the biggest condom in Harlem.
If you do want to give me money, right guy Conway, help me get this AMC money back because
Nice.
they broke my heart.
Yeah. Do you think
And my
With
wallet.
that said,
you think movie theaters will be opening up anytime soon?
I hope so, man.
why they got HBO Max?
That's true. That's true. I will say I miss movie theaters, but I just I kind of love how there's a new movie and I can just watch at home. It's just
I mean,
cozy.
I think COVID pretty much going to kill the movie. You heard it here first on the CTS network. COVID thing that I got to edit out because we're not supposed to talk about it. COVID has officially killed the movie theater business. Because why do you want to go spend $45 on popcorn and soda and go see a movie where you can't pause it because you got to use the restroom when you can just buy the movie at home or watch it on one of these, watch it on some app for free? Why would you want to go to the movies?
Right. I think movie theaters are going to have to do some major overhaul to try lure people back into the seats. But I hope so. I love the movie theater. One of the best experiences of my entire life was seeing Avengers Endgame in a packed theater and hearing everyone cheer and stuff like that. I just love those community moments. So I hope so personally, but yeah, I'm not sure. We'll see what the future holds.
And that's funny you said that. In New York City, Raphael sent me to a movie theater where the floors were sticky and a lot of people were moaning. And it was one of those community moments that we all was like, wow, this is a special day. This is a special moment. I wish everybody else could see the looks on everybody's faces right now. That's why we got real comedians and we got me. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the honor. This has been a privilege to be introduced and got the moment to talk to Mr. Ryan Conway. Ryan, any last words?
No, just thanks for having me. You're saying it was a privilege to have me. It was a privilege for you, or to be halved by you.
What kind of ball licking contest is going on over here?
Hey, just guys supporting guys.
Oh no.
No, but yeah, just thanks for having me.
No, it was an honor, man. I love your show. I actually catch it on YouTube, but Instagram, you got a lot of people loving this show. It's gonna be a hit, hands down.
Appreciate that.
Raphael, any last words, man?
I wish you good luck, Mr. Conway.
May
the wind always be at your back and that condom and the 2 masks on at all times.
And I'll get you on if you're not busy with the Matrix 7.
Yeah. My people will call your people.
For sure.
And by my people, I mean Joseph's daughter. Who sticks her finger in his nose when he's sleeping.
With that said, ladies and gentlemen, this has been a Sunday interview. Ryan, stay on the line. Raphael, of course, stay on the line. Everybody else, see you next Sunday.
All right.